In this week's Torah portion, we start learning about how to bring heaven down to earth. Shalom, my friends. This is the Kiva Gersh with Israel in 5, where we give you everything Israel in 5 minutes. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or want to keep the conversation going, please do so below in the comments. This week's Torah portion, Mishpatim, is the sixth Torah reading of the book of Exodus. And it follows last week's Torah portion, in which we learned and we discussed in last week's video about the receiving of the Torah at Mount Sinai, the highest, most elevated spiritual experience that the children of Israel ever experienced in their lives. And we can imagine after that, the question might be, okay, now what do we do? Right? Where do you go from there? Where do you go from such an elevated and lofty spiritual experience? Well, the Torah tells us right after that story, the Torah has a Torah portion filled with laws. Mishpatim is a Hebrew word which means laws. And this Torah portion has so many different laws in it, literally dozens and dozens of laws, which is not normal for a single Torah portion to have. This is a very large number of laws given forth in one single Torah portion. What's the hidden teaching here? What's the lesson to be learned? That after such a lofty spiritual experience, we need to bring it down to earth. We need to bring heaven down to earth. And that's what God is saying. That's what the Torah is saying. That after you receive the Torah, after you have this monumental, life-changing, historic moment, you have to bring that into your everyday. You have to bring heaven down to earth. You have to make it real. It can't just stay as a spiritual experience at one time, once upon a time you had, and that's it. It'll get lost. It'll mean nothing, basically, as time moves forward. You have to make it mean something. And how do you make it mean something? By taking that lofty experience and bring it into your everyday life. How do you bring it into your everyday life? Through laws that guide you towards correct and proper behavior. And this week's Torah portion, with its dozens of laws, touches all different kinds of fields of law in all different kinds of areas of our lives. It talks about damages that might have been caused between people and people, people and animals, animals and people, animals and animals. It talks about agricultural laws. It talks about the holidays. It talks about Shabbat. Literally, excuse me, all the different realms of our life, from the very, very mundane, from the very, very everyday and physical to the very, very spiritual, right? Like Shabbat. And that's basically what the Torah is trying to tell us throughout all the books and all the Torah portions of the Torah, is how to live a life that is grounded in this world, grounded in the reality of the physical world, with spiritual ideas, thoughts, and beliefs that are guiding our actions. Right? Taking those spiritual ideas and bringing them into action. Not just be philosophizing about spiritual ideas, right, and disconnected to your everyday reality, but bringing them in to your everyday reality. And it's an incredible thing to see, to go from one Torah portion, that's Mount Sinai and this unbelievable revelation of God, right, to an entire nation, to the next Torah portion, just the minutia and the details of everyday life and everyday laws. And that really is what Judaism is all about. Judaism and the Torah and the Hebrew Bible is all about helping us to spiritualize the physical, to bring the spiritual into the physical, to make the physical something meaningful, to bring meaning into our lives, meaning into the world. And through these actions, to create more meaningful lives for us and to create a more meaningful and fair and just and kind world for all. And we see this very, very strongly and very, very clearly in this week's Torah portion, Mishpatim, with its very long list of all different kinds of laws. Right? So whether you're talking to somebody, whether you're at work, whether you're dealing with conflict, maybe with a neighbor or somebody in your community, whether you're out there working in the land or connecting to holidays, it's about bringing this consciousness. It's about bringing this mindfulness. It's about bringing this headspace into whatever you're doing in order to bring that spiritual feeling, experience, and knowing, right, into your physical life in order to make a better world, both for yourselves, both for yourself and for everybody else sharing this world with you and with us. All the best, my friends, and Shabbat Shalom.